Alright, so with the release of Update 1, I figured I'd go ahead and make a follow-up video with more tips and tricks on Pets Go. This one obviously being a little more centered around the Update 1. So if you just so happen to be new to the game and you are struggling right now with getting a lot of coins or to upgrade really important stuff in your talent tree, or I guess your upgrade tree, and this is going to be the perfect video for you. Let's waste no more time and get right into it, man. With update number 1, we just got the introduction of shiny fruits inside of this game. A lot of you that play Pet Simulator 99 will probably be really familiar with this, but as of the time that I'm recording this video, there's something really interesting going on, specifically with the shiny fruits. So you definitely want to go ahead and take advantage of this as quick as you can before it does end up getting fixed, but it's pretty straightforward. In order to turn some of your fruits into shiny form, you will have to spend a pretty absurd amount of money, especially if you're really saving up to focus on a lot of your upgrades. If you notice right here, just to make 15 shiny bananas, it's going to cost me 1.5 mil. Now, the interesting part about this is that for some reason, currently in the game, no money is being deducted whenever you're making shiny fruits. I currently went ahead and stopped rolling so that way I'm not making any money whatsoever. And if you notice, I'm going to go ahead and turn all of these into shiny. It's going to cost me technically 1.3 mil. If I press OK, it'll change it to 999 mil. But then if we go to the next one, this one will cost me 1.4 mil. Technically speaking, I should drop to 998 mil. We go ahead and press OK again. Money has not moved whatsoever. We go ahead and let's say bananas. That's another 1.6 mil. Money is still not moving. So currently it seems like no money is being deducted whatsoever whenever you're making any shiny fruits. So this is good. And again, it's something that you definitely want to take advantage of while you can. It's very possible that by the time that you're seeing this video, if it's a couple of days after the update, it might not be an option for you anymore. So I won't spend too much time on this and we're going to move on to the next thing. But those of you that are getting it as soon as it goes live, make sure that you're taking advantage. Moving on to over here with the merchant. As many of you know, one of the most important shops in the game prior to update 1 was the index shop, because it was an opportunity for us to be able to spend index tokens to get a pretty decent amount of potions, as well as some really cool kind of cosmetic items, being the hoverboard as well as the booth skins. Well, now with the introduction of the merchant, it updates, I believe, every 45 minutes. And as you can see, my last one was actually really good. I was able to go ahead and get my hands on a couple of instant threes. And honestly, for the most part, once you've gone ahead and completely upgraded your entire upgrade talent tree, then you should be able to invest all of your money into this and even macro it overnight, which is going to give you some really good results. But with that being said, it is extremely important that you go ahead and upgrade your merchant. To do this, you're going to want to head over to boost, then specifically the potions tab, and on the bottom right hand side over here, you will have a new menu once you make it farther down into this whole entire kind of like branch or tree here. And obviously inside of here, the ideal thing is going to be to upgrade the entire thing. In total, there's 13 upgrades in here, and for the most part, they're fairly cheap. They range anywhere between 100k all the way up to about 5 mil. Now the catch is that ideally you want to complete better selection, top shelf, and private deals to really be able to get every single one of the slots available for you. But the one that you really want to aim for afterwards is going to be over here on the left hand side, going completely down the branch to higher quality. This is going to make it possible for you to be able to get cocktails, instant luck threes, and of course all of the other really good stuff that we're trying to get our hands on. Now again, just to be clear, everything inside of this entire branch is extremely important for merchant, but if I had to make a suggestion, I would say that you guys definitely prioritize making your way to getting these three and the higher quality. Taking a step back here and going into the potion section, there's something else that was recently added with this update that's extremely important. It's going to make your life a lot easier, and that is located right up here, being batch crafting. This is something that I've probably complained about in my live streams if you've been in there at least 100 times. And honestly, it's pretty straightforward. It just allows us to be able to go ahead and craft a bunch of our potions at the same exact time. If I open up this menu here, you'll notice Lucky Potion 2s. I can go ahead and use 309 of the Lucky Potion 1s that I have to instantly create 103, and I don't have to click them one by one. This is a huge game changer and something that you definitely want to work towards getting as quick as possible, so that way you can really put some of your lucky potions that you're sort of racking up over just playing and put them to use to be able to get more XP, getting higher rarity pets in every single one of your rolls. Now that we're here at the crafting potions, let's move on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is the brand new Blazing Dice Potion. I'm not gonna lie, man, crafting materials for this are kind of insane, and the only reason that they are insane is because you do need not only Lucky Potion V, but you also need a shiny rainbow fruit. Obviously, this isn't really a big deal because we can go and craft rainbow fruits, and with how the game is set up right now, with the whole entire bug that's going on over there, technically speaking, we could craft a bunch of shiny rainbow fruits completely for free. But I'm going to go ahead and craft one of these blazings because this is sort of something that I want to go ahead and do a follow-up from my first tips and tricks video, because now the complete method has changed from what I had previously shown you guys. In my first tips and tricks video, I showed you guys that the way that I was doing it was popping one golden dice potion, one rainbow dice potion, and then one instant luck 3. Mixed in with all of that, we throw in a cocktail, and at the time it was a lucky potion V, but that now completely changes. Now we'll be popping a lucky potions VII. Now I actually don't have any of these available right now, so I won't be able to pop one to show you guys, but instead we're just going to do it without it. So let's assume that down here I didn't have a golden dice right now. I would go ahead and pop golden dice, then we would do a rainbow dice, which if you notice, it is now half and half. But with the brand new blazing dice potion, if we go ahead and throw this into the mix, it now becomes this dark matter dice. Unfortunately, we don't exactly have the stats of what the blazing does, or the golden, or even the rainbow, so we can only just assume that this is going to make it have a higher luck chance, because that's more or less what we've pretty much been told. Again, the only other thing that I'm missing in this situation here is my cocktail, which I'm going to go ahead and pop one for the sake of the video. Keep in mind, cocktails have been changed as of this update. If you have the base cocktail upgrade, it will only last you 15 minutes, and instead you will have to go ahead and purchase the better cocktail for another 50 mil, which will not give you another free cocktail. Instead, it will increase the time now to the 30 minutes that it was before. But yeah, man, once you've done all of that, you want to go ahead and make sure that you have every single one of your shiny fruits, which is again really, really important. Have these completely stacked up, which in total you can have 20 of each fruit, specifically the shiny ones, activated at a time. What's really important about pointing out about the fruits is that if we take a look over here, regular fruits and shiny fruits cannot be stacked. That means that if you go ahead and put a stack of 20 shiny fruits, the 30 stack of regular fruits that you have will be put into a queue system, same exact way as how it would happen with any of the potions. During my live stream, there was a lot of confusion about that. People were not really understanding, and I'm going to be completely honest, not even I was understanding. It made no sense to me. I would imagine that maybe this is a little more common knowledge for people that do actively play Pet Sim, but someone that hasn't played since the shiny fruits came out, I wasn't aware of this. Either way, once you've gone ahead and activated all of that good stuff, you can then go ahead and proceed to spin your dark matter dice, and this will have the possibility of giving you something good. Never works out for me, but it is what it is. I'm honestly not even bitter about it anymore because it just happens so often to me. I feel like I'm just numb to it. Next brand new thing that I want to point out that is actually somewhat useful, even though people are probably overlooking this, it's going to be located over here inside of the breakables. If you travel all the way down here to the upgrades in the flying gifts, there is this entire system that's just been recently added, but the part that a lot of people are confused about is the slingshot side. So just to give you guys a quick breakdown on how that works, if you have just a slingshot, you don't have aimbot or the auto slingshot, then you are basically going to want to click on any of these and it'll just automatically shoot the balloon just like how you saw right there. That's how it works. If you have an aimbot and you have the auto one on, then you just basically have to walk around and that's it. This is a great way to make potions as well as being able to get cocktails and even a pretty decent amount of instant threes during the balloon apocalypse that happens. I think it's every 30 minutes or so. So again, if you are AFKing overnight and specifically you're not macroing the merchant, the index, or the vendor machine, make sure that you are macroing your roles right here in the center of the map so that way you unintentionally, with your auto shooting down of all the flying stuff, are able to participate inside of the balloon apocalypse events when those happen. Now this one I don't want to spend too much time on, but I will squeeze it in just because I know that a lot of you jumped into my stream asking, and that is the bounties. This is not really a great system personally. I don't really like it all that much because realistically it's I don't know, maybe it's just that the rewards aren't really all that great, but basically this is the starting area right here, fountain, index, mailbox. If you come around over here to where the dices are stacked up, this is where you will see the bounty. I don't exactly know how often this changes, but these are completely different than what it was earlier today, so I would imagine that these are going to be cycling through every single day more than likely. Only issue that I have with this is that it's kind of insane chances. There was one prior to this that was like an 8.9 million drop chance, which is just insane even for someone like me that has all the game passes. That still is kind of crazy. A 1 in 290k is a little bit more reasonable, but still nothing really exciting about getting 3 instant luck ones. And ironically here, this one is a 1.5 million, but it only gives 3 instant luck ones. But this one over here is a 1 in 3.5 mil, and it gives 12 rainbow dice. In my opinion, I think the 12 rainbow dice is probably far better than the luck one. So I don't really understand how that would be the reward for something that has it. It doesn't make sense. The whole system just doesn't make sense to me. But still, at the same time, I'm not mad about getting passive rewards for pets that I was going to roll anyways. To move into another new feature that was added with update 1, that is pet charms. If you notice on the bottom left-hand side, I am currently at plus 45% extra luck boost. And honestly, it's pretty straightforward. The higher the rarity of the pet, the more percentage you get. So if you notice, my Night Terror Cat, which is a 1 in 266 million, is giving me a total of plus 15%. When if you look down at my Demon, which is a 1 in 15 million, that one is only giving me a plus 5%. What's really important about this is that you need to keep in mind that it's, for one, only available for pets that are higher than 10 mil, and 2, the pet has to be equipped. It's not to get confused with the lucky pets, which if you notice, I have a plus 95.9%. Even if I was to go ahead and unequip every single one of my pets, it still remains at a 95.9% because that determines based off of your entire inventory. More specifically, whichever one you have that's the highest in the inventory. Unlike the pet charms, which if you notice is now completely gone. If I equip my Night Terror, it is now a 15%. And as I equip more, it continues to go up and up and up until you finally have all of them equipped, which currently for me is a 45%. So for those of you that were able to go ahead and get some really high rolls and you decided to sell them for diamonds for whatever reason, even though diamonds have no purpose in the game right now besides trading. I don't know why people were doing that, but anyways, now it's time for you to grab those diamonds and buy your pets back. Either way, moving on. For the final thing that I want to touch bases on, that is the rebirth system. Again, another one of those things that a lot of you guys were joining my stream asking me about it, and the system is fairly straightforward. If we head on up here to leveling and you scroll down to down here, the XP rebirth as well as the XP sensei, once you've gone to this section and you've purchased the XP rebirth, as soon as you hit level 200 in the game, it will automatically rebirth you. There's nothing that you will have to press. There's nothing that you will have to do. The game will just automatically rebirth you and you will start back at level 1. The beautiful thing about this is that you don't lose anything. There is no con to rebirthing. You won't lose your upgrades. You aren't going to lose any of your money. You aren't going to lose any of your diamonds, and none of that stuff is going to be changed. On the contrary, you get an absolutely absurd amount of items. During my live stream, I believe I got rewards non-stop for like a solid 2 or 3 minutes, which was kind of insane. In total, I believe I got individually maybe like 20 or 30 different things. That's not including the stacks, because some of them were stacks of 3 or 4 or 5 or just like a bunch of fruits. Again, it's just sort of a passive thing that happens, and there's absolutely no negative side to rebirthing. Now, in theory, if you don't want to rebirth and you want to just go all the way up to level 999 for whatever reason you want to do that, then the idea would be for you to not purchase XP rebirth. I would imagine that at that point, it's not going to rebirth you, and yeah, you'll be missing out on all the good stuff. Also, XP Sensei, make sure that you get that as soon as you can. It's going to make the rewards even better, potentially allowing you to get even multiple cocktails or even multiple instant 3s whenever you do end up rebirthing AFK overnight. The XP system is fairly simple and fairly straightforward. The higher rarity pet that you roll, the more XP that you get. So if you're out here rolling back-to-back 1 mil pets, then that means that you're going to see your XP going up a lot faster. Currently, I am on my 2nd rebirth, and probably later on tonight, I will more than likely be on my 3rd, going on my 4th by the time that I make the Pet Sim 99 stream tomorrow. But yeah, man, that is kind of just an overview of everything right now. Just a couple of other tips and tricks for you guys. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know in the comments. Again, as I mentioned before, I will be live streaming the Pet Sim 99 update tomorrow. I'm kind of excited for it. It's a Halloween update. So what perfect time for me to go back to Pet Sim than during a Halloween update. But for the most part, I'm going to end this video off right here. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Pets Go content. That's going to do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.